Wait, I see one, almost.
Hi, I'm Giana,
And I'm Anthony.
and we tried to build a roller coaster and teach people about the history. And so here was our first try at it. The roller coaster kept on breaking, and we wasted a lot of clay. But then we went into this one, where we just did clay and 2 popsicle sticks holding the back.
Right over here.
Yeah, and so we're going to show you how our roller coaster works. So what happens is the roller coaster starts here, and it goes
something
up.
the chain
Pulls it up, and then
it goes
and it
down,
drops down, and it goes up,
and the chain pulls it up again,
and then it drops down.
The chain pulls it up this way, and then goes back down.
Yeah, and that's what happens with the roller coaster. And so if you look at our history basic, we did a slideshow about our history, and Anthony and me are going to show you. And so what it is it says a little bit about our roller coaster. So our first page is
Roller coasters.
It's just the roller coasters and a few of them. And so this is just our first page. And here's a few of roller coasters around the world. And so here's our videos about with roller coasters that people took. And then our supplies, we need duct tape, clay, Legos, popsicle sticks, and paint. And concept parts. We also need supplies to build the roller coaster. It's pretty much the same thing, just written in form. So we have our history, which Anthony is going to read to you. No, Anthony's going to read to you.
The roller coaster started in the 17th century. The Russians were the first ones to have roller coasters. The oldest roller coaster was made out of hills of ice. They sometimes went 70 feet high, but that's like nothing compared to now. They started making roller coasters out of wood in the 18th century. On this day, in 1884, the first roller coaster in America opens at Coney Island in Brooklyn, New York. So that was a pretty big thing.
Railroad. It was the brainchild of Landmark Thompson. Traveled approximately 6 miles per hour and turns of the century. There were hundreds of roller coasters around the country. An unfriction roller coaster was made by John Miller. This allowed roller coasters to go faster, steeper, and less drag.
In 1925, there was the first roller coaster to reach 100 feet tall. Then in 1955, Disneyland had the first steel coaster ever. In 1966, there was a roller coaster that had an underwater tunnel. These were just a couple of things that happened. There are more on the next slide. So here's the next slide. The first successful inverted roller coaster was introduced in 1992. So their feet were dangling below the seats. Then there was a roller coaster that went 415 feet high and 100 miles per hour. There are many other roller coasters in the world. There are free-for-all coasters and other kinds. Some other kinds of roller coasters are the stand-up coaster, where you stand up, accelerator coaster, where you keep accelerating and accelerating, and then the launch coaster, which is where it launches you to climb up like a big drop. They
developed a tunnel when they first started with their ice slides, and now there are big steel roller coasters. The safety of them have also improved. First, there wasn't much safety, and now the high-tech seatbelts that keep you from falling off. And stuff that had charged first was a bump. Now they have loops. Now some roller coasters in the world go from 0 to 128 miles per hour in 3.4 seconds. Roller coasters feature very similar to the railroads. Today, most roller coasters are more invert. The first roller coaster with wheels that locked on train was France in 1876.
These rides soon became really popular. They made steel roller coasters so that they could bend in any directions. The roller coasters have 3 kinds of wheels: the running wheels, the under friction wheels, and the side friction wheels. There's a chain that pulls the cart up. Like in our example, we had like the chain, but we don't have it in there. So there's a chain that. The roller coasters have G-force, and they have astronauts test them to make sure it's safe for people, because astronauts
are pretty strong.
They experience a lot of G-force.
So,
some fun facts.
The fastest roller coaster in the world is called Formula Rose, and it goes 149 miles per hour.
The tallest roller coaster in the world is the King Dakar that goes 465 feet in the air.
The longest roller coaster is the Steel Dragon, 2000. It covers 8,133 feet of land.
The oldest roller coaster that still stands was made in 1904. On that one, we didn't say anything like what it was because we couldn't find it. We were trying to find.
So the roller coaster had a train of cars. So another fact.
Early roller coasters were made out of wood. Steel tracks were attached to the top of the top wood to support. There are roller coasters in Japan that plunges through a pool. A roller coaster is like a runway train. And then these are some pictures.
So if you go to this link here, this link will bring you to this picture, and this picture will also be blown up and make bigger, so you can see actually all the history. And so it's got you like what every history and a little something about it. And so here's some pictures and some other pictures and some carts.
There's some carts of the roller coasters.
And that's it. I'm Giana.
And I'm Anthony.
And
that was
this
our
is our
roller coaster passion time.